Hi everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel. It's your girl Chocolate Beauty and I am back with the latest review on Basketball Wives. I know, I have told you guys that I was done with Basketball Wives due to the buffoonery and all the foolishness that was going on for the past 2 seasons with OG, with the colorism and partial racism that was going on the show. I decided to give it another chance because VH1 decided to change their cast. So let's get into it. I had to binge watch it because I did watch the first episode like maybe a few months back and I thought it was going to be boring. One of my friends was like, Chocolate Beauty, go ahead and watch the latest episode. Said that it wasn't given what it was given over the last 2 years. Surprisingly, I actually did enjoy the episode. All of the women that came on to this season are veterans from previous seasons. I'm happy with the majority of the cast, but they can miss me with some of them. I will admit that I did not watch the previous seasons for all the women, but I did catch snippets here and there, especially with the situation between Duffy and Tammy Roman. Of course, Malaysia and Brandy, their relationship and how she was kicked off the show. So I'm going to start with my 2 least favorite. VH1, why did you bring back Nia and Niora? The Bobbsey twins. They were irrelevant last season and they're irrelevant this season. What is their purpose on being on the show? I mean, you brought them in to throw OG underneath the bus. So I don't understand why they are still needed. And also for another cast member who was irrelevant, so much so I can't even remember her name. To me, they are fillers. They have really no purpose of being there. As much as I'm not a stan for Jen, Jen has more relevance than these 2 sisters. And y'all know how the way that I feel about Jen already. Okay. So now that we're done with my least favorite, let's talk about my faves on the show. I have to admit, Duffy, Brooke, and British are my 3 favorites on this season. I love the vibes that they bring. I love their energy. Let's get into DJ Duffy. Let me tell y'all, I really like Duffy. She has this positive energy about her. She comes across like she is fun, but she's also serious about her career. It makes me sad that I really didn't get into Duffy a lot quicker, but I really love her vibe. Very good energy, always positive, like she's always cracking jokes. I really like the dynamics in between her and her fiance. Now let's get into the next person who I like, Brooke Bailey. I did watch her season when she was on and how she was just kind of isolated. I kind of feel like Brooke got a bad rap when she was on the seasons before, and I absolutely love the fact that they're highlighting her. You know, we're seeing her journey with her relationship with her husband, her IVF treatment, and I like her because she seems like a real one. She seems like a loyal friend that will go from 0 to 1,000 for everybody that she rides with. Now, normally when somebody can escalate that quickly, I tend to not like them on the show, but Brooke seems different. And also, she looks amazing. The fact that she got a 24-year-old and a 23-year-old, and she don't even look like she has kids that can be even preteens yet. She doing the darn thing. Shout out to Brooke. So let's get into British. I actually like British. So I know some of you are going to be like, Chocolate Beauty, you know, you always came at somebody who acts like British. But when you listen to how the way that she's talking and things that she's saying, she's actually a real one. Most of the time when she's going off, it's going off on something that makes sense. You know, with the situation with Malaysia and her bringing that girl Alicia to the party and her addressing that Malaysia keeps on bringing people who the girls in the group have a problem with. I felt like she was a real one for actually calling it out, like call a thing a thing. And you know, it's so crazy that she's going through all of this legal stuff with the IRS saying that she, you know, stole people's identity and she's accused of fraud. So I'm interested to see how that plays out this season. So let's get into Angel. Now, I honestly believe that a lot of the reasons why some of the women have issues with Angel and always trying to throw her underneath the bus, whether it's about her relationship with Rockstar or if it's something that she told people in confidence, I feel like a lot of the women are intimidated by her being an actual boss. She has contracts with entertainers that are going on tour. She has a contract with the NBA. She has like major things going on, and nobody on the show outside of Duffy is doing major things as far as their career. The only reason why they throw her underneath the bus is because she is a boss. There's a lot of jealousy. Now, do I believe that Duffy had ill intent when she was going to Jackie about her relationship with Rock? I'm not sure, but Jackie Christie is the last person you want to ever tell anything to. So since we're on Jackie, let's get into Jackie. Now, I do see that Shaunie has passed on the mantle to Jackie to carry on the franchise. Even when you see the open credits, you see the jacket and the corset she has on, and she's holding her hand up like this. That's something that Shaunie had did over the previous season. Do see that she's trying to bring the women together and try to, like, you know, be involved with everybody, but that's Jackie's problem. She's always in other people's business and not minding her own business. She's trying to be Shaunie. Truth of the matter is, like, as much as I don't like Shaunie, Shaunie cannot be replaced. Okay, I'm sorry, it just is what it is. Next up, Jennifer. Now, I really do not like Jennifer because of who she was over the past few years. I kind of feel like she was one of those people who followed around and who was the biggest bully, and she was just a straight follower. I believe that if Evelyn Lozada was still a part of the show, that she will very much be one of those people who will be running up behind her. But it's nice to see Jennifer standing on her own 2 feet, her getting into a relationship, and I hope that her relationship with this new guy Jelani works out. He seems like he is a gentleman, but her ex ended up allegedly murdering his nephew for insurance money. So I don't know if she has the best judgment in men, but I really do hope that she does have like something good with Jelani. Do I still have my feelings towards her? Absolutely. That ain't changing, Jen. I don't care how much you try to be a standalone girl now. We know that you are not that girl. And you know what? It's so crazy because Jennifer, to me, is like one of the most beautiful chocolate women that has graced Basketball Wives. However, her attitude sucks. And I mean, she seems to have a better attitude, but at the same time, she's not put in a situation to where she has to choose or where she has to fight. So let's be abundantly clear. She is in a different position now than she's ever been in any other season. Now, Malaysia, you were my favorite for a very long time. I absolutely loved your relationship with Brandy. I felt like it was genuine, it was real. Now we're seeing Malaysia is the punching bag for this season. Brandy is definitely upset with Malaysia because she kind of feels that she left her stranded. But the thing about it is that I really hate this one-sidedness when it comes to these reality shows. I'm pretty sure that there are some things that Brandy has done to Malaysia to make her feel a certain type of way. It can't all be Malaysia. As much as I am disappointed in the way that she has been conducting herself for the last 2 seasons, I don't believe that when it comes to Brandy and her, she is not like 100% responsible for their demise of their relationship. So let's be perfectly clear, because Brandy is a hothead. You've seen how the way that Brandy doesn't even know how to really talk to Malaysia without screaming at her. And let's be real, like, she just lost her dad. So she is going through the angry stage of her mourning. She's angry. So, like, of course, she's going to take it out on the person that she loves the most and that she cares about the most. Even though it's been 3 years since she and Malaysia really had a conversation, they had a relationship for 15 years. So, you know, she's going to be the most angry at her. You see the same dynamic in between Jennifer Williams and Evelyn Lozada. It is a lot of resentment and anger when it comes to a relationship falling apart. Let's be perfectly clear, Brandy. When it comes to you and you losing your job at Basketball Wives, that's because you and Shaunie had a falling out. At the end of the day, Malaysia couldn't do but so much. She tried to bring you around the women. She tried to bring you into the fold of things. And quite honestly, I do believe Malaysia when she said that you requested to stop filming with her because of the situation with the women. I do believe that. You saw her go on and do the shows and be on Basketball Wives, and it left you upset. But at the same time, you got to take accountability for your temper. You got a really bad temper. And even though I feel like Brandy has a bad temper, I do like her. I do like Brandy. I feel like she's coming from a very hurt place. She's coming from a very broken place. She's coming from a very dark place. She just lost one of the most important people in her life. Losing a parent, you're losing your hero. So she is not in a good place emotionally. I don't think that it was a good idea for Brandy to come back at this time, because I don't think that she properly mourned her father. But that's how the way that I feel about the situation. But I feel like just on like every other reality television show, whenever you're doing a season, they got to be somebody who is introducing the group to an ex or a groupie, or somebody who been in a relationship with one of their husbands, one of their ex-boyfriends. I mean, like, I feel like Malaysia is definitely being used as a ploy, just like she has been for the past 2 seasons that she has been on Basketball Wives. I think Malaysia is beautiful. I think that she has a lot going for her, but I think that she's also tired. And I want to see how the way everything plays out, because now it's everybody against Malaysia, because she done brought the girl Ashley. So I want to see how that works out. I will say that I do agree with the women, with them saying that she was being shady when it came to Zell Swag, that he has a lot of issue with the women. He had a huge falling out with Brandy, and he also has some really derogatory things to say about Jennifer. So I don't even understand why she would bring Zell Swag. It really didn't make any sense at all. That's just my opinion. I believe that's everybody that is on this season. I'm really excited to see how the rest of the season plays out, because I really did binge watch for 2 days. I do like the fact that VH1 did change up the cast. Now I can go without seeing the sisters, aka the Bobbsey twins, for the rest of the season. I don't want to see them. They just give me very negative vibes and very negative energy. We all know when it comes to reality television, there has to be enemies, and they're gonna have to be people that are the bad guys and the scapegoats. So, you know, that's why the Bobbsey twins are there. All right, you guys, thank you for watching my latest thoughts and opinions on season 10 of Basketball Wives. Hopefully, I'll see you next week. Ciao.